I started out a girl in cotton fields, picking strawberries, country girl, family that didn't own property, but we were always very clean, and we had a roof over our head, and we had seasonal clothes, and I had dreams. My dreams came true.
What was it about you think that helps you survive? What is it?
I've always been a loner, really, and I've always depended on myself. And I would say my practice and my spiritual beliefs, and I'm just kind of a strong person.
So what's your definition of a survivor?
Patience, determination. I had a real hard time because I'm black. I really don't. I don't tease. I really don't
I've
tease.
seen you on stage. You tease you.
I believe me.
These beatings were savage.
Yes.
When you come to see me while I'm here, just watch me. I really don't tease. So I don't invite that. You know what I mean?
You didn't know he was going to be the light heavyweight champion of the world at this particular time.
No, I had no clue.
I mean, you know you ooze sex. Come on.
You feel like you deserve all this?
I deserve more.
Do you remember the first time Ike hit you?
It's like, I think we lived a lie. Our whole life was a lie.
Tina, what do you say to that?
I don't want to start an argument with Ike Turner via satellite.
People that say that I turned my back on my music, but I'm more successful now than I've ever been in my life. So who's right? And who knows what is best for me? You make the moves in your life that you need to. You accept what people say about you critically.
You span a lot of generations. What is it about you that everybody really likes?
I want to be friendly. You know, I don't want to be a typical snotty star. Because you sing well and because you dress nice clothes, does that make you a wonderful person? No. I had to prove it over the years. You know, this is the part coming in of like being a woman and being black.
Well, it was not kind. She didn't want me, she didn't want to be around me, even though she wanted my success. But I did for her as if she loved me.
When Ike asked me to marry him, I knew it was for a reason. But I had to say yes, I knew, or it was gonna be a fight.
And then what happened on the wedding night?
It was really, yeah, that was really bad. Piece of paper pushed across, and we signed, and after that we went to a brothel and watched sex. It was really, that's even hard to really think about.
He did get me started, so I have some good thoughts. Maybe it was a good thing that I met him. That I don't know.
Here's the record. And I said, who's Tina? He said, you're Tina.
And you said your name is Tina Turner?
Yeah, he says, you're Tina. And I said, Tina Turner? It was really hard to say in the beginning.
So he created you. He
Yes,
created Tina
yes,
Turner.
Yes.
Yeah. So you were like his muse.
I was his muse.
Yeah.
As a kid, I saw you on television, and I'm amazed to read it. And some of those performances with him, you had blood in your mouth.
And you spend time in the book actually thinking about Ike. Why do you think you found yourself thinking about him, someone who caused you so much pain?
I get emotional with certain conversations.
Did you ever feel like giving up? There must have been times you thought.
I do have to talk about that. Well, I took some sleeping pills, and I tried to go away very easily. Rather than jumping off of a building or something, I went to sleep. And so I was awakened by a knight in shining armor, Ike Turner. Just his voice sort of brought me out of the really deep sleep.
It was on hold, I have to say, as far as I can remember now. I had put everything on hold because it was just an existence of children being involved, debts. Where is it to go? You know, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
I really realized that he was a sick person. He was an ill person. And so.
After that, I decided, well, this is apparently my destiny, and I won't try that again.
I don't think at all about anything Ike says. It doesn't touch me at all. I don't even know a lot of what Ike says because I don't particularly care about hearing it. I lived through enough of worrying about why and what he felt. So when I left, I didn't care about what he felt or about anything. 4th of July, Independence Day. My head was about this big. I was away from Ike. And to tell you the truth, that's when I really realized the importance of Independence Day. I'm gone and I'm not going back was the attitude. And actually, I'd like to correct a little bit of that Cleaning Stars homes. I was living with those people, and that was my way of thanking them some, and also didn't want to sit around, actually. It wasn't quite as dramatic as the story tells.
To what can you attribute your recent success?
I would say endurance, enduring all that I had to endure until I got here, meaning the double shows a night, and then in the working, the road that I had to take by not having a record, meaning there's nothing wrong with working Las Vegas if you enjoy it. I was just, at the moment, making my life, making way for my life and my children. And 7 years was without a record. I bought a home, I furnished it, I bought a car, I paid for it. All of that was before the record. So now that I have the record, I'll go out and do all kinds of things. And it was very depressing, and I was very unhappy. So after my divorce, I started to becoming a happy person. So it wasn't hard for me because I was realizing a lot of my own dreams during that period, and then I went forward with my career, which is like, went the next step, So I'd love to sing Mick Jagger's style. If I had Mick Jagger's hits, I think I would be beaming. I'm very, very happy and very pleased with my success, but I would love to do their music.
Who believed in you along the way?
Me. Oh, me. The comeback is like to say to all those people, not with blame, but just to say, wake up, accept talent, accept people, not for the color, but for what they do.
You're a great survivor. You don't mind being called a survivor?
No, because it's reality. I've survived a feat, I would say. My parents, the section of when my parents left, and then the drifting into the marriage, and then so it's been quite a lot.
Oprah, what I think, I really needed love. I just needed to love a person.
How did you meet the love of your life? How did you meet Irvin?
I was really tired. Roger was really working me, and it was known that I had to work. I was without money, period. And this really unusual looking man, very young, pretty faced, stepped out from behind a column and said, "Hello." It was love at first sight. Yeah. And my body was reacting to that. So I was saying to myself, oh my God, I've met someone, after all this time, but he's young and he's good looking. So I said to Irvin, when you get to California, I want you to make love to me, because I did. So that lifted me, and I remember when I got in my room, I was just like, so something was real about it.
Right.
So Irvin and I had talked about marriage before, because he said to me, I was 50 years old. He asked me if I would marry with him. Oh, I was so cute. I mean, he was much younger than us. And I simply said, I don't have an answer, because it wasn't yes and it wasn't no. How many years later, darling, we got married?
27.
It's very hard to talk about. I think Craig was lonely. That's what I think really got him more than anything else. I have pictures all around of him smiling, and I think I'm sensing that he's in a good place. I really do.
Tina Turner is mourning the loss of another child. On December 9th, her and Ike Turner's son Ronnie Turner died at age 62. Tina writes on Instagram, "Ronnie, you left the world far too early. In sorrow, I close my eyes and think of you, my beloved son."
Well, I believe in reincarnation. I believe in harmony. And I think that life should be based on helping others to live a happy and sort of secure life.
She has endured a stroke, intestinal cancer, and kidney failure. When she needed a new kidney, her husband Irwin offered one of his.
Irvin said to the doctors, "Can I give her one of mine?" Something similar to this. I wasn't there. And then he found out that he doesn't need 2 kidneys. And I said, "Yes, but darling, you're young and I'm already old and I don't mind." In Buddhism, you're taught that you live and you die. It's something that's accepted. It's okay. You just get used to me not being here. Oh no, he didn't want that. So I said, okay, darling, if you're willing to give up a kidney, then fine. I have everything. When I sit at the Lake Zurich in the house that I have, I am so serene. No problems. I had a very hard life that I didn't put blame on anything or anyone. My legacy is that I stayed on course from the beginning to the end because I believed in something inside of me that told me that it can get better or you can make something better, and that I wanted better. So my legacy is a person that strived for wanting it better and got it.